Increase your party average fearlessly. Because believe it or not, a lot of the consultants that go out there to sell are scared out of their minds every time they stand behind that table. Because all these things play into your head. Like, oh, I've only got 4 people in the room. Well, this is going to suck. Right? Oh, come on. No one's ever felt that? Right? Or it could be on the other hand, oh my God, there's 25 people. How will I ever take the orders? Right? I mean, now, do you think if you had a 4-people show that is completely considered a failure of a show?
Absolutely not.
All right? Never prejudge. All right? If I'm doing a show and I know there's only 4 people, am I only going to talk about the things that, I've always taught you guys this motto, they're going to find the inexpensive items without any help from you. Okay? Yep. They're going to find, the dollar quick cut knife, which I'm still getting asked for, I swear to God. Okay? They're going to find that citrus peeler. They're going to find all those without your help. Okay? But how many of you truly are afraid to talk about the higher price items? And you can be totally honest, because it is a normal fear. But you know what's happening when you're talking about a higher priced item? The first thing that's happening is you're putting your prejudgment on your guest. So if in your head saying, oh my God, I could never afford a $300 pot, you're automatically thinking they can't or won't either. Doesn't matter what you can afford it out of your own pocket, okay? Because as a consultant, you never pay full price anyways. I mean, let's get real here, okay? But the thing of it is, though, if you can't afford it, doesn't mean Brian can't afford it, okay? If you can't afford it or you can't, see, here's the thing. It's not a matter of whether you can afford something, it's how you justify it in your head, okay? So here's what you're going to have to do if you want to increase your party sales. And we're going to go in chronological order here, all right? I've got a pretty decent party average. I'm not going to complain, all right? I mean, I know minimum every night I go out, I'm going to come home with at least $350 in my pocket. And I truly, honestly did my party average for the past year and a half. I went through, which was so tedious, but I didn't really care, okay? But I went through to figure out my party average. And I swear to you, I am not lying to you here. My party average for the past year and a half consistently, okay, has been $1,672. So what am I doing that you can't do? Thank you, Ryan. Not a damn thing. I'm not doing anything differently, but I have a lot of confidence in what I am doing right. That is, I am talking about the products that will change their lives in their kitchen. Okay? That is what you have to look at. What product am I offering that is going to change the way people prepare their meals in their home? What is going to make their job easier? What is going to save them money? Okay? And what is going to make them look good coming out of that kitchen with whatever meal they're preparing? Now, you all watched Julie's show. Do you notice that what really impressed me about her show is she covered on almost every single major product line that we offer. Yep. There was no product line that was left out of her show. Did she use every single item? No. But did she touch on every single item? Yes. She talked about the stoneware collection. She talked about the rock collection, the cutlery, the color-coded knife collection. She talked about I call them the gift ideas, the popcorn maker, the whipped cream maker, the things they're not going to use like every single day, but they're going to really want it when they're entertaining or having a party. Okay? So she really, and that's what you have to do. If you go in there and you're doing one recipe and you're focusing on a thing you're baking it on, you're not going to have that party average. Okay? How many of you, and I need total truth here because everything we're teaching you here today, you're going to take back and hopefully apply a couple of these things, if not more. But how many of you make the same recipe like a month in a row? Yeah. Or a season? Sue does, okay? John does. I'm perfectly fine with you doing that, okay? But here's what I'm not fine with. How many of you get this when you walk into a show, you're set up and your guests come in and they go, got it, got it, got it, got it, got it, got it, okay? And you're looking at them going, really? But the truth is they have it. Why? You never change up your kit. You never change your kit except twice a year when the new products come out. I look forward to March 1st and September 1st. I really do, because I really do eliminate things, put in new things. Do I carry every new item? No. I do not have an original part in my body anymore, so that is not happening. Okay, but I still carry a lot of product. That is the visual you need to create. Okay, that is very important. But I change my products every single month. Okay, there's stuff that never, of course, come out of my kit. But every time I'm doing a show, and I swear to you on this, every time I'm doing a show, when I know it's a repeat group, everything gets changed. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So when they walk in and they saw, like, I sold a ton of the covered roasters because I knew they were leaving. I know it's only a $100 item, but it's an item that I guarantee you many of you never even brought. Right? How many of you don't even know what the hell I'm talking about? I love the covered roaster. It's such a multi-purpose tool in your kitchen. It's not too late to order it, okay? But seriously, all right? Now, the thing about that is, first of all, it was leaving, so I could really use, like, you gotta get it, you gotta get it. But I also used it at my every show, okay? And believe it or not, that was the add-on item to the all-purpose pot that I sell to almost every customer at every show. So don't think I'm not devastated, okay, about the all-purpose pot, okay? But the thing of it is, though, you've got to change it up. So what happened was, when I started bringing it, I knew I was doing another crew, and I go, what haven't they seen? And they come in, oh my God, is that new? New to you. And that's what you want to ask yourself every month when you're changing up. And it can be only, seriously, like 5 to 7 items. Change them up. Or how many of you always use the tool turnabout and it's like filled with products? Right? That's awesome. No, that's good. Don't feel bad about that. But what you want to do at every show, you need to pull products out of that tool turnabout. Because a lot of people are not going to come and rummage your tool through your tool turnabout. Okay? So I don't let them anyway. There's police tape. No. Okay? But, because I don't want to have to wash it again. I'm a little bit of a germaphobe when it comes, don't touch my stuff, I'm cooking here. Okay? But no, you want to pull the products out. Because what happens, it makes your display look so much fuller, which makes people think, wow, she's pretty good at this. Look at all the stuff she has. Or he has. I'm sorry, guys. Forgive me. Okay, with the consultant, look at that. Wow. It makes you look more successful. And for the love of God, could you please do me a favor? I mean, I'm honored. I go across the country. People bring me in to do training, and I'm always flattered. And I always ask to go see somebody's live show when I travel. I really do, because I want to see what's happening in different parts of the country. And I walk in and I see some displays, and I'm like, I would never in a million years book this consultant. Please make sure your tools are clean. I love the idea that you want to show how beautiful a seasoned stone looks. That's the only item that should look like that, okay? Don't, be showing, a pasta fork with some of the teeth gone off it, okay? Like your dog had a snack, okay? Yeah, there's a thing out there called soap, okay? Wash your stuff. Because I've taught you this in the past. The most important thing to me when I'm doing my product display is I want it to look like a store display. I love to go to Crate & Barrel. I go to Williams-Sonoma. Those are Disneyland to me, I swear to God. And I love to go there because I love to see how they do their displays. And if you want to know how to really do a display, just go to Yvonne's house. She'll tell you. Okay? But no, seriously, because she knows how, that's one thing we have in common. We love how we present things. Okay, so when I'm doing my display, I am really neurotic about it. So I'm not telling you to be neurotic, but it works. Okay? Like if my children always say to me, Mom, you have a lot of issues. I go, no, sweetheart, I have a lot of prescriptions. Okay? I'm not going to lie. But no, the thing of it is, though, so I challenge you, seriously, it will increase your party average like you will not believe, but what will also happen, it will train you on different products. I can go around to a brand new consultant and go right to Lauren. Lauren, right, is it? Lorraine, close enough, yeah. So Lorraine's been with us for a month, okay, a month. I can guarantee you she can sell you, every one of you in this room, a piece of stoneware. I can guarantee you she can sell you the manual food processor. She can sell you the food chopper, okay? Think about this. What products aren't you selling that are going to bring up that party average? The products you're scared to sell. You're like, oh my God, who would ever pay $149 for that? You know, and you love it, you use it every day at your house, but you're afraid to offer it to your guests. Again, do not judge who needs it. Here's how you're going to do it. So let's take an example here, okay? Let's go with the rock rocks, all right? So you got the rock rock. We know everything that this item can do, but neither one of them is super cheap, okay? One's $119, one's $139, one's $80, the cheapest one is $40. Then you got the 220 XL, okay, which I love to death, all right? But the thing of it is, though, right, that's not pricey. When you think about a vessel that goes onto every cooking surface known to man, and now we're giving you the slow cooker option with the slow cooker stand, they would be crazy not to invest in it. But no one's going to invest in it until you create that desire for them. So what do you think is going to sell an item? Is it going to be the features of the items or the benefits of the item? What is more important to your customer? The benefits. What can it do for me? If you can think about that with every item that you're talking about, what can it do for me? Okay? So, what can the Dutch oven rock do for a customer? Total versatility. The only place it cannot go is on your induction stove. I can't even talk anymore. Induction stove. That's the only place the rock can't go. And I know that for a fact because you can't put a magnet on it because it's got no metal. All right, to make it work on an induction. All right, but when you think about all of the other pieces of cookware they can get rid of and make room in their cabinets for by having a rock, you're saving them space. When you think about the fact that it can go onto any kind of cooking service, you're saving them time because they have the microwave option, they've got the broiler. If they're campers, do you know how many pictures I get from my hostesses that use the rock at their campsites, on their Coleman stove, on the fire pit with a grate, on the side of their barbecue grill? Okay, if you're not asking your host and your customers to send you pictures when they're using a major tool, you're crazy. You need to start asking. And then I give giveaways. I give prizes. I do drawings for the best use of a product and a great new tip. Okay, because this way I'm getting so many photos for my library that I can post and give back. Oh, that was Kimmy. Okay, now so I'm blacking out. Okay, all right. So if you think about now we got a $300 pot over there that now is available. How many of you are totally scared to death of ever even talking about that at a show? Never mind bringing it, right? Okay. You should be. You really should be a little bit nervous. But if you're nervous, you take that nervous energy and learn about that product. Is it going to appeal to every customer? Hell to the no. Hell no. It is not going to. It doesn't appeal to me. I'm not going to lie. Okay, because to me, as wonderful as that pot is, and it does a lot, okay, I prefer other kinds of vessels to cook in. But it doesn't mean it's not a good product. So, what can that product do? It's your pasta cooker, because it comes already with that beautiful colander strainer, right? It's your big pot for soup. It does still go in the oven, which is an awesome feature. Just remember, the lids do not now. Okay? So you have to read the user guide. All right? But the thing of it is, though, am I trying to sell a $300 pot? No.
Trying to book.
What am I using that for?
Booking tools.
Right. So if I want to book a show, though, I've still got to make them want that pot.
Right.
I'm not going to get a booking for that pot if they're not interested in the pot.
Right.
Okay, so you've got to create that desire for that item. So what can that pot do for the customer? And that's what you want to tell them. This is what it can do for you. They don't care what it's made out of. They just want to know two things. Where can I put it away, and can it go in the dishwasher? That is all they care about. I mean, we have the dishwasher people that would put their children in there for a bath if they could get away with it. Okay? Now, all right, so let's go back to increasing your show average, all right? How many of you asked your hostess, okay, to get you outside orders before the show? Okay? How many of you reward your hostess for getting you those outside orders? All right? Do you know, okay, and this is, again, you can look it up. I'll show you my stats. Do you know that even before I walk into a show, due to hostess coaching, I know I've got at least $500 already in, so the show's going to be worth my time? That's all based on the hostess coaching and the outside orders. But I reward the hostess, and I've told you this at other regional meetings, okay? So I promote the outside orders. It is pivotal, especially now with the show lengths and everything. It's mindless. It is so easy. I create an event for every single show, whether it's a virtual or a live show. If I'm doing a virtual, I create it as a group online. Thank you, Cherise. If I am doing I'm posting in their event, like they put an event and I'm posting in there, okay, that's an event. So I just make postings, I talk about the orders and stuff. But I run something where I say in every single event, whether I'm doing it verbally or on their Facebook page, that for every customer that brings in $100 or more in outside orders for their host, okay, for their host, I give them 10% off their order, okay? You do not have to do this, okay? This is what I'm telling you. But think about it, okay? So let's say, okay, Jamise brought in $100. So she spends $50, let's say, at the party, which will never happen at my shows. That's the rule against that. Okay, I will pay $75, but that's as low as I go. Okay, but the thing of it is, and I know the products I'm showing, it's going to be a $75 minimum. My average customer order is now sitting at $203. Okay, and I'll take that. I'm okay with that. All right, but so now Jamise comes in. She brings $100 from work because she showed the book around to her friends at work. I'm going to a friend, party. Who wants pamper chap? The hands. Oh yeah, I'm in. Okay, so she does it. Phyllis brings in another, say, $150. Okay, Sarah comes in, she's got $50. It adds up. But they're not all going to be buying $1,000 worth of stuff, so I'm giving them $100 off their order. And you know what, though? I would.
Yep,
because what am I making on a $1,000 order? I'm making $350. Hey, you know what? I'll give you $100. I don't care. Okay, because I made $250 just on her order alone.
To the host you're giving her?
No, I'm giving it to the customer. To the customer. Okay, so, but if every customer, even 5 of her people, say 50 people come and 5 come in with a, minimum $400 or $500 in outside orders from their work, of course I'm going to reward them. You know what I mean? So, but don't be afraid to put or say for every order you bring me, I'll take 1% off of your order. So if she brings you 5 orders, what's 5%? It's $5 off a $100 order. Yeah.
Aren't you afraid that would hurt bookings? Like I would think.
Not at all. Let me tell you why. I'm getting there. Okay. So this is we got a question here. Is that going to damage my booking? No, because they still book. So if Jamise comes up to me and she's giving me this kind of outside orders, I'm going to say, so when are you having your show? Oh my God, can you imagine how much you're going to gather? And if these people actually come to your party? No, the bookings increase. Because they realized how easy it was to say Sarah was the host, and Sarah already had earned 3 items at half price, had almost $100 in free products, and a 25% discount, and a 60% off item off something special. So they already know she's made out. But how confident is it for you? How great is it to feel like you've walked in and you already had a good show? So everything else is gravy. Okay? And recruiter, if they're coming in and they're bringing you $200, it's like, I don't know what you did, but I can tell you how to make money doing that. You know what I mean? Okay? So ask your hostess. Give her, tell her for every customer that brings in outside orders for her, I'm going to give that customer a discount on their order. Don't give them a specific number. You can make up 1%, 2%, whatever you want. Give them a cookbook. I don't care. They're going to receive something from me for bringing in those outside orders. The next thing that's going to really build up your party average, though, of course, as we know, is attendance. Okay, the more people in the room, you're going to hedge your bets. So how are you going to get attendance there? We all do the thing, bring a friend, get a gift kind of thing, all right? Attendance doesn't mean they have to be at the show. They do not have to be at the show, okay? So I could have 10 people live at my show, But do you know how many shows I do now where people are zooming in? Loving Zoom. People get their computer set up. We set up and all these people, they give them the date and the time, and there we go. So they're not sitting in the room with me and they're not eating the food. Well, you know what? Okay, but that has become, and I am so not techie, but one hostess started doing that. She goes, oh, my family in Florida, they're all over my mom's and they want to watch the show. I'm like, really? You know, they loved it. So I had her show me how she did that. Now I know, we just have them go on Facebook Live. And that's what they do. They're watching the show with you. I would rather do it in my element, doing a live show. I'm on Facebook Live, so they're ordering, because we post the link right in their event. Remember, I have every host to set up an event, and they're ordering and they're watching. That's a lot more comfortable for me, because I know what I'm doing behind the table. When I'm trying to do it myself in my own house, I don't have that self-confidence yet. But here, I forget I'm on.
Yeah, you're doing it anyway.
I'm doing it anyway, and I know what to do here. So seriously, when you're hosting, you're coaching your host to get attendance, say try to get minimum 12 people in the room, but if you're on Facebook, I want you to invite people who can't make it to the live party to come in between this time and that time, all right, and we're going to go live. I'm telling you, you're going to be stunned. Stunned. I was like going, really? No shit. Who knew? A computer could do that, okay? I'm old. I don't care. I'm just an old dog. That's another way to get your sales up, okay? Think outside the box, all right? Another way, though, is to be really try to go for the high sales and be fearless. It really does go back to your product knowledge. If you don't know what that product is, this is where it's important to keep going to your team meetings. You need to know about products you don't own yet, and really have no desire to get because it's not really going to fit into your lifestyle or how you cook, and that's perfectly fine. Or in your budget, or your kitchen, okay? So, but the thing of it is though, what if a customer, let's say Kim comes to me at a party, I'm doing a show, and she goes to me, oh, by the way, do you have, the indoor-outdoor grill with you? Okay, I carried that stupid thing around. Why do you think it's on the raffle table? Okay? But the thing of it is, though, I did learn everything about it. And I said, well, I don't carry it with me because it's a really good-sized grill. I said, but let me tell you what it can do and how great it is for condo living, if you're not allowed to have a full gas grill outside on your patio, or if you're living in a city where you don't have outdoor space. I love it if you're a tailgater, but I learned all this by reading and listening and, going to meetings and learning about the product, okay? So that's what you're going to do. You need to learn about the product. So you don't have to own them to know them, okay? You can say, you know what, I haven't earned it yet, but I'm hoping to earn it with my, with my free money that I get as a consultant for working my job. But I did learn at my last team meeting that this grill pan, oh my God, the things you can do on this, okay? So this is right, because you did learn about it. So you're not going to lose a sale. But here's the most important thing also to keep your party average up. You need to have at least one piece of every product line on your display. One piece. So do you need to carry the multi-pot, the 12-inch skillet, the saute? No. No. If you're talking budget, okay, buy the 8-inch. Remember we used to always do the try-me piece? Okay? We always do the try-me piece. Buy a try-me piece. Buy the 8-inch saute pan and use it. I don't care if you melt butter in it. What's going to happen is people want to come up and check it out, but especially with the new ones, you have to teach them how to do the handle. Okay? So you don't have to carry all the cookware that I carry, but that's what I sell. I sell cookware, I sell rock crop. That's what I sell. So 2 Fridays ago, honest to God, true story, I walked into a show, all right? I look around, the poor hostess is devastated, because everybody who said they were coming to see the new baby, cutest little thing named Cole, so cute, better behaved than the hostess, and, but she walked in, and she was using her cousin's house, so it was her and her cousin, and then one other cousin showed up, okay, so I have a past host, the current host, a cousin, okay, and then finally her father showed up, okay, that was it. What did I sell?
All-purpose pots. We already know the answer.
All right.
Yeah.
I sold to every person, I swear to you, I will show you the printout. I sold an all-purpose pot to every guest. Okay, so there's 4 pots right there. Okay. I sold one of the indoor-outdoor grill, because the father wanted that, and I sold 2 of the Dutch oven slow cooker sets. When I left that show, and that's not even talking the little items, the add-on items, that show was already over $1,000. It was actually $1,019. And I got 2 bookings. I rebooked the past hostess and I rebooked the cousin. All right? And I know they're going to be good shows, and I know what all of these want to buy at the next one. Okay? But what also happened now, the show stayed open because she was going to go after every single person that said they were coming to see that baby and did not show up. So right now that show is sitting at $1,694 because she went after him, and she went after him hard. Okay? So is the show over the night of the show? No. It ain't over until you hit submit. Okay, it is not over until you hit submit. So who is your best customer though? This is where you guys, how many of you do? My best customer at every single show is not the guest. It's always what the hostess buys with that 30% discount. Yep. And a lot of you get more concerned about telling your hostess, oh, you've earned, you know, you got $215, 5 items at half price, and that's, you know, and you have your discount, and they always say this, and you have your discount, and then you've got your 60% off item. Okay.
But you also get.
But what about that discount? You make money on that discount. You don't make a dime on any of the other stuff. So I can have a hostess use her half price, use her 60%, go ahead and use her free money, but I swear to you, minimum, every single hostess will give me another $200 in commissionable sales.
And you know what's so funny about that, excuse me, is like that 30%, people go freaking wild. Who's got a 30% Kohl's like discount?
Right, exactly.
Because it's
exactly.
like, who's got that? I mean, they posted it on Facebook. Who's got one?
Who's got a 30% coupon?
So
I just
you're
go
related
to Isaac's.
that, and it's
but what you're going to do here, though, the 30% is for who?
whoever she wants.
The hostess. But the hostess can share it with anybody she wants. Anybody she wants. So what do you think I say at my shows?
You can share it with them.
Okay, now listen, guys. Okay, you know, Phyllis did a great job tonight. You guys were very wonderful and generous. So right now, your orders are in. I tell them I'm on the Direct Ship Now program. I said, but listen, how many of you would love to get anything else you need for 30% off?
Well, you can after this.
Now the orders are already in. They can't change anything. So I tell them, any of you who are interested, anyone who's interested, and you want to use that 30%, my hostess, I'm not lying at all here, am I? No, that hostess has got 30% unlimited. There's no limit on that host. So if her mother, her grandmother, her stepsister, her mailman want to order something, she can give them that 30. She can use, but they have to wait until her order comes to her, and then she goes ahead and delivers it to them. Is it worth it to them for 30% off?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Tell me the truth. Whoever thought about that?
But that gets ordered under the hostess.
Under the hostess, yeah.
So what happens like with a warranty or something?
It's just under the hostess' name.
They just have to get it.
All right? So don't, you know, and here's what I want you to do. I see you, hon. But here's what I want you to do. Don't all of a sudden become, you know, oh, I'm going to play devil's advocate. That is the one line I cannot stand to hear. Okay? Yes, it's always good to be cautious, but I am doing nothing. You don't think the company would be thrilled to have another $400 or $500 in sales that would not have come about if I did not offer that special? You know what I mean? Wouldn't you share your 30% discount at the shoe store?
Oh yeah.
If you're a good friend, you would. So don't worry about like whose warranty. Well, it's under the hostess' name. She called, the hostess calls. Oh, my pot did this, or my pot didn't do that, or this came. It doesn't matter. You're looking for a reason not to even try. And I'm not singling you out. But it's really, I mean, it's under the hostess' name. Okay? And I know I'm usually the one that comes up and shocks you when I say things. You're like, I don't know, does that really work? I don't know. Want to see my paycheck from last month? I can use $8,400. That was my paycheck last month. What was it in December? $79. What was it in October? $89. Okay? Am I bragging? No. I work my ass off. Okay? I really do. I work hard, like Claudia said, like Amanda said, like we've all said, you have to work this business. I work it smart.
I'm sorry.
I work it smart. Know your products. Know what the benefits are they're going to offer that customer. Mix up your display every couple of weeks, especially if you're going to the same group. So it looks like, oh my God, more new stuff. That's awesome. I don't have that, right? If you have a tool turnabout, empty it out a little bit during your display. So you're showing, so lay out the 3 stainless steel scoops. You know, put out the scrapers in a collection so they can actually see them instead of rummaging through your tool turnabout. You know, because I mean, I got that thing crammed so full of stuff. Like when I went to empty it out, ask Sarah and Charisse the other night, we're doing a recipe night at our house. It took us an hour to empty my tool turnabout. And I literally walked in the kitchen with armloads of stuff that we no longer carry. And I'm looking, and if you've been in my kitchen, I've got like need a spatula? I've got 82. Okay. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So mix up your display. I'm going to finish off with the most important thing about your show and your show sales. What are you letting them choose for their recipe? Why are you letting them choose a recipe? That is the big error there. Now, let me tell you what I do, though. I send each hostess 50 recipes to pick from. 50. You know why they love me? Because I just sent them 50 new recipes. And I always make a joke that I could torment them. Like the hardest part of hosting a show is picking out what you want me to make. But of course, every single recipe I sent to them is an amazing show recipe. I do not send out any recipes where I cannot show at least $800 to $1,500 worth of products by cross-selling. So yes, they're picking, they think they're picking, but they're picking from what I'm sending to them. Okay? So, I mean, you know, it goes back to the whole thing that somebody goes, oh, could you do a vegetable tray? No, that would be Mary Lyon. The queen of garnish, okay? No, I'm not going to do a vegetable tray. I'll say, you know what, you want to do veggies? Why don't we do an amazing Asian Cobb salad? Or why don't we do the grilled tenderloin salad? How about we do a beautiful, you know, cool veggie pizza? That goes back from 25, 30 years. But you know what, though? I'm tripling, if not quadrupling, the amount of products I'm showing by changing it to a pizza. You want veggies, I'll give you a zucchini pie. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I'll give you a frittata with artichokes, zucchini, and, you know, whatever you want, but I'm not going to do a vegetable tray for you.
No, those nachos you made the other day.
Oh, the zucchini nachos, guys. Seriously. If you're local, you are welcome to come to my recipe night anytime you want because they are brilliant. I'm not going to lie. Okay.
Even with or without the beans?
Yeah, with or without the beans. Again, we blame Sue Office. Now, okay, so. No, she brought the beans. She could have brought them the night before, I'm just saying.
She didn't know.
She's got to read my mind. Okay, so what
God help us.
did any of this help? How many of you are going to go try and mix up your kit a little bit? Okay, and then what though? You mixed up the kit. Don't just leave it sitting there. You got to talk about the new products you added to that kit. So if you've got a lot of repeat customers, they need to know, like, oh, by the way, guys, and let me show you what's new that I absolutely love. And you should feel very honored that I actually took it out of my house. I always use that line. You should be very honored that I actually pulled this out of my kitchen because my family is not going to be happy about this. I don't care what it is. It could be a pie plate. Okay? I don't care what it is. Okay? But the whole point is I'm creating a sense of excitement about that product. And if they don't have it, but I have to back it up with what the product could really do for them. Okay? And the final thing about building up your party average is your ad on sales. If you remember Julie's show, who's over there talking while I'm talking, I will hit her for that later. But if you... Oh my God. There's pictures over there, guys. Now, but the thing of it is, notice how she cross-sold so many other items that she wasn't even using? The art is you have to be add-on items. Okay, my number one selling add-on tool is my Quick Slice. I worship the ground of that tool. I love that tool. No one leaves my party without that being on their order form because that will change how you meal prep. I kid you not. Okay, but you want to find these products that they're not, because once they, you know what happens? Customers come in and they've got a certain amount of money they're willing to spend. It's in their pocket. It's on their card. They know. But you know the minute you've got them so excited and they've blown past whatever budget they've set themselves, then there is no budget. They go, oh, what the hell at this point? Here's the card. But don't we do that two, like we'll go looking, we're only looking for one couch, Louis, one. And then all of a sudden, you know, the bedroom furniture goes over there, the dining room stuff goes over here, okay? So different ways. Add on, change your kit, know your products, what are the benefits and not the features, okay? You want the benefits, all right? And, you know, encourage your host to get those outside orders. I know, Mayor. We have a question?
No, I have a comment after your turn.
Okay, I'm almost done. Okay, so no, offer a little promotion. Even for every order, you know, order out the outlet. Get those great cookbooks that used to be $16. Give it to the person who brought you an outside order. So they brought you $100. That book cost you $4.75. Give it to the woman.
Yeah.
Okay? Give them a 1% off for every, you know, how much they spend. They spend $100, you're gonna take $1 off. I think you're good. Okay, but I do it for every order they bring in. I'll give them 1% off, which encourages them to bring more and more. But some don't care. And trust me, the bookings do not decrease at all in that. It only encourages the booking. All right. Okay, Mary, you have something to say?
How many of you looked inside these little pots?
Oh my gosh.
They ate them all. Okay. All right. So we have a lot to do. All right. Listen. Before I bring Laura on,
Give it up for Feriale.
Before I bring Laura on, okay. Everybody bought their multi-pot ticket.
Yes.
Okay. Did you reach your goal, Josie? That a girl. Those two are superstars. Okay. If everybody done with the raffles, last call. Okay, last call for alcohol. Okay. There's alcohol? Huh? There's alcohol? All right. Let me, you know, we introduced Laura earlier, okay? And we know all about wonderful Laura. Laura is going to talk about the most important thing, guys, the most important thing coming up, the importance of building relationships in this business. This is pivotal to your success, okay? Here she is, back, Laura Polito.
I'll have you know that at 11 p.m. last night, we were in the middle of a blizzard. Amanda and I had a snow day. We watched movies all day and all that. I was just about to study my new product notes, and I get a text from Feriale that says, "Can you prepare 40 minutes on building relationships since Nancy Joe's not coming?"
30.
Okay, yeah. And I said, "Really?" I said, "Okay, I will talk about it because this is definitely something that is." I'm initially going to talk from my heart because we are in a relationship business. So I just want to tell you right now, we talked a little bit about Lisa talking about longevity. I've been in this business, it's going on 18 years. I'm going to be hitting $1.4 million in sales like any day now, and almost 200 people joining my team. It doesn't just happen, okay? You have to work your butt off in this business to get to this level and to be in it for the long run. And that is totally great, but you have to do it smart. And the way you're going to do it is through people. You have to like them. You have to try to like them. And for those of you guys that are building a virtual business, more power to you, but that requires a whole other thing. You have to be really good online, and you have to really be able to sell yourself through messaging and through gifts or whatever you want to do, because you want to make your personality shine through. But before I even talk about that, I mean, just think about the people in this room. I mean, there's people in this room that I honestly love. And at one point, you guys were strangers, but we have a relationship, and that relationship is not just for a little while, guys. You guys are my lifers, and you know who you are. I get invited to your weddings. Where are you? I have to break down the wedding venue after the wedding and still like her. And that's... And my chainsaw. Okay, I had to hike up my dress and start washing dishes and putting shit in cars. I had to do that, and Claudia Bazaar is my witness. Okay, she wanted to go to sleep, but after all of that, I got to spoon with Claudia Bazaar. She used to be a stranger. I get invited to Feriale's for gourmet lunches, and I get Mary Lyons that makes me jewelry, okay? Just because I say I like it. And it's not because I'm a stranger, it's because I feel the love back, okay? So in order to have longevity, you need to have people that really like you. And I'm going to tell you right now, I have repeat hosts, I have repeat customers. Over and over and over and over and over again. I am not just a one and done consultant, okay? I become someone's consultant for life. I actually don't even become a consultant anymore. I graduate to friends. A friend that I'm going to see Ed Sheeran with in September. A friend that I've gone to see one of those talk shows, I don't know which one it was, Meredith Vieira or The Chew, with a host that was a stranger at one point. I meet people for coffee, you know. People have debts in the family, I send cards. People have special birthdays, I send cards, or I make phone calls. People have, they post things on Facebook, and I don't just send them a message or like it. I actually go one step further, and I call them. I go and I buy a bunch of cheapo cards at Christmas tree shop and dollar stores and stuff like that, and you pop it in the mail. Can you imagine? They get a card from their pampered chef consultant for their daughter's engagement. I mean, that's not what a consultant does. That's what a friend does, right? So are you doing that? Are you building those relationships? So you want to start, obviously, with your host. That's going to be the #1 relationship that you're going to create and you're going to nurture. But let's talk about your host. Do you know about her? Do you know if she has family? Do you know what she does for a living? Do you know her? Do you know what her kids do? Do you know where she lives and what her occupation is? You know what? This all happens through conversations. And I don't go through no formula from the home office and stuff like that. I develop friendships. So I can't even tell you how many times I speak to my host before her party. And if you guys are like building these relationships and finding these people like online and things like that, I think, and a lot of people are doing things through texting and PM messages through Facebook and through emails. I get that. And I mean, Amanda just showed me a message that she got from a host, from a cute little thing that she sent me from a host from months ago. She says, "Oh, thinking of you, I found this on Facebook," and she sent it to her. Amanda has developed relationships, right? You just said to me, "Look at this. This is from my host from months ago. She thought of me from months ago." Okay? It just warms my heart because that's the way you want it to be. I mean, I have people constantly sending me things on Facebook and just, "Oh, thought of you. Oh, try this out." And then they're like looking out for me, okay? I'm looking out for them. When I do a show, I give 100% of myself to that host. I want her show to be super, super successful. I want her to have a great time. I want her to look like a rock star in front of her friends. Because if she's loving that experience, is she telling people about it? Yeah. Absolutely. If she hates that experience and she thought you sucked, is she telling your friends? Yeah. Oh yeah, okay. So the way the positive is going to come around to get your business, the negative is going to round, and you're never going to have business with any of her friends because she's going to make sure of that, because she's going to protect her own, right? So you want to make sure that you go in there and you give her guests that experience, and you treat them like friends. You don't treat them like dollar signs. Do you get that? We are in a service business. Yes, we can call ourselves salespeople because we sell stuff. Feriale sells stuff, but we service people. Do you know how many times I've talked people out of an order? Because you know what? You don't need that if it's too big or it's too heavy. Am I right? Right? Yeah. You want them to get what they want, and you want them to love what they want. And it's okay if you take them down a notch, right? Like, I think you got the wrong one. Why don't we go for this one? I know it's a little bit less money, but I think it's something that's really going to fit your life or whatever. And they appreciate that, right? Any salesperson is going to try to get the sale up. Sometimes I need to bring that sale down because I need to build that trust. So that way she is going to then rely on me and ask me for advice. Does that make all sense? Mm-hmm. We are in a service business. We are in a relationship business. So make that your host is the #1 priority. Find out about it. And then thank her in front of her hosts. In front of her guests. At every single one of my shows, I give a Season's Best Cookbook. I make sure that my contact information is in there. It's stamped with the date of it. I write my own personal message, and I make that book go all around the room. I have hosts that will show me them like a deck of cards, because I have people that have hosted with me 10 and more times, and they save every single one of them, and they'll be able to pull it out like a deck of cards and show you all the shows that she has hosted with me. And that book is never getting thrown out, ever. It has personal messages in it. They would never throw out personal messages. Guys, that's the least thing that you can give. On top of that, I always give a gift myself, so it's something that she'll say, "Oh yeah, my host, and she gave me the microwave grips, or the mini surf spatula, or a tong, or the mix and chop," something little, or something get off the discount outlet. Just give. That's what I choose to do. I like to give a little gift to my host. It's like I'm welcoming. Put it this way. My mother always said, when you go and visit someone, you never go empty-handed, right? Okay, she's up in heaven 28 years, and I feel like that's the same thing. When I'm going and I'm being invited to someone's house, I bring a gift, okay? So, yes, she's going to get a ton of stuff at my shopping, at my shows and all that through Pampered Chef, but it's just a little something from me because she's inviting me into her home to entertain her friends, and she's trusting me. So if you're, I don't know, it's just something I do, okay? That's my choice, but at least that Season's Best Cookbook, you want to do that. And then you want to share your story. You really want to just talk about it. And that's quick in the beginning because, and also way before that, I get there early. The last thing I ever want anybody to do is watch me set up. I want to be part of the party when people start coming in. I want to be the one to open the door. My apron is not even on. I am just Laura. I introduce myself. Yeah, they know who I am because most likely a lot of them have been to my shows. I got a lot of repeat customers over and over again. But you know what? In the beginning, I'm socializing. I'm chit-chatting. I'm getting right into their business, okay? And I'm not doing it to be nosy. I am really just sincerely interested in them. And, okay, I have a knack. Give me a little time. I could know every single name in this room, okay? But at my shows, I know every single name because I make it a point to say it, okay? Sarah, Janice, right? I know. No, Janice, Jamice. It's like Janice, but Janice. And you kind of play a little trick with yourself. Like, if it's like an odd name, ask them how to spell it. But I like that, so I try to get people's names. But if you don't have that knack, just buy yourself some cheap name tags. It's okay. Get the name tag on there. It is so much more personal to address someone by their first name. They will learn your name as well. And I can't tell you how many times at the end of the show, every single show, you are so good with names. And like it's like something I hear constantly over and over and over again. It makes them feel special. Okay, I may forget them tomorrow, but that right then and there, I have them. And they leave knowing my name. And they say, goodbye, Laura. I take pictures all the time. I love taking pictures. I do. Okay? And you bitch that you have to take them, but then you want them. So stop it, okay? But I take a picture with my host, and then I tag her on Facebook, and I thank her, truly thank her for having me in her home. And then the other night, I got 3 bookings. I said, come on, let's take a picture. I took a picture with my 3 hosts and the current host, and then I thanked them on Facebook because they're going to be my next repeats, okay? I instantly tell them to find my community page, okay? So now I started my first VIP group. It's called Laura's Looking Lens. It's not for consultants. You know, everybody should be developing their own because it's like if you go to a show, there's 1 consultant there. There's not 50 consultants there. So those are my customers, and I want to really channel to my customers. But then they friend me, and then I tell them, you know what, you want to see more, and if you're having a party, friend me, send me a friend request. I mean, that makes me feel so good when they right away go in there. I tell them to put me in their phone as Pampered Chef Laura, because in the beginning they may forget my name, but they're not going to forget where they know me from. So put it in the phone, you know, right away, 1, 2, 3. Send me a text, hey, you know, it's Brian, I'm here, and then I'll save them in my phone. So, you know, they're in my phone. They're my friends now, okay? I'm in their phones. I'm in there. They're my friends now, okay? It's, again, don't look at them as dollar signs. Hold on. Okay, all right. At my shows, are you giving 100% of you at every single show? I don't care if there's 3 people there, 5 people there, 10 people there. Are you pissed off at the people that didn't show up? Okay, because that's not their problem, okay? There's people there looking at you and learning from you and wanting to be there. No matter what, you give 100%, okay? I love Broadway. I love going to the theater. Sometimes people only go once in their lifetime. Those performances are top-notch every single time, and that's their 9 to 5. They're thinking about going to the bars after, walking the dog, paying their bills. They're tired, but they're belting it out, and you would not know it. So you have got to give 100% at every single one of that party. No matter what. Those people deserve it. Your hosts deserve it. Your friends deserve it, right? They deserve it. So give the best show that you can possibly give. Let's see. Let's keep going. All right. So, again, going back to the community page, and sorry for jumping around, but this is like all happened at 11 o'clock last night. I just want to tell you that when you are on Facebook, let me just see what I'm going to do here. Okay, 2 more. That's bad. I'm going to do it. Okay, you just not just going to put them on Facebook. You want to now go into when you see them in their timeline. Like them, and also comment on them. There's a whole thing with Facebook, which I'm not techie, but I bet Charisse can tell you all about algorithms, right? Don't we have to actually interact with people for more people to be shown in your timelines so that way Facebook recognizes that it is someone that you truly want a relationship with? Or am I like, right. Is there like a percentage? I mean, you should be not only just liking but commenting. So if someone has a baby, if someone has a death, if someone's going on vacation, find something to compliment. I don't care if their baby looks like a monkey. It is a cute baby. It's cute, okay? Someone has a new haircut. atrocious. Yeah, it looks sassy. It looks feisty. It looks cool. It looks hip. You know what? Make them feel good. Make them feel good. It really is not much, you know, but be sincere about it. But for sure, you have to interact because those algorithms are just going to squash you down. Then you want to build yourself up in those algorithms. You want to start conversations in those Facebook posts. And here's the thing. If you want to do it for business, you cannot slam someone with, you want to host a party, if you have not interacted with them and built that relationship. So here's an example. Liz has done about 3 parties for me. Then she had a couple of kids and her world was frazzled. She kind of fell off my timeline. You know, like sometimes people just disappear. And then recently she popped up. I'm like, oh, Liz, I haven't seen her in a long time. I think her daughter's about 4 years old now. I sent her a private message because, you know what? And I'm like, Liz, I said, you just popped up in my newsfeed. Where the heck were you, girl? And I said, and now you are so overdue for a party. And let's get out your book right now and let's pick a date. Do you know what she says? Yeah, okay, I think we could do that now. And it's because the relationship that I built from when I had her party that she remembers. Do you guys all have friends that you may not see each other for years, but you pick up where you left off? Aren't those the types of friendships that we all want to have in this world? I just saw my friend Stella. We haven't seen each other in person in 20 years. She's the one we just went to Broadway with. It was like we were schoolgirls in college all over again because I developed that relationship with her years ago. And just because we don't see each other in physical form, we're still connected. And she knows how I feel about her and I feel about her. So the same thing with your host. If you leave them with a great feeling and a great experience and they remember that their show was amazing and you reach out to them, they're going to say, yeah, okay. Or if it's no, it's not because I don't like you. It's no because, you know, my house is under construction or whatever reason that they can't do it. But you're going to start that conversation again. But you don't have permission to ask people for business if you're not having a conversation and you're not friends with them. Am I right? Because then that's cold calling, then that's spamming, then that's everything that you don't want social media to become. Yes or no? Okay? All right. I'm just giving you like basic, like 101, like, you know, smack it in the head, duh, right? Okay, so it's also getting back to Facebook is how are you portraying yourself? Your Facebook needs to stay drama-free, okay? You need to watch your language. You need to watch what you say. You need to be politically free, religion-free, all of that nonsense. And try to be grammar correct and spelling correct because please, people notice, okay? People notice. And if you post pictures, please look at all the crap around the pictures and zoom that out because how many times do we zoom in on everybody's clutter? Is it just me? Come on, raise your hands. I take nice food pictures because I don't like all the distractions all around that. Because what you're ultimately doing is you're taking a great picture of the stoneware or the grill stone or the rock. You want to focus in on the product through the food, okay? But the focus has to be on the product, okay? Because then you could talk about that amazing skillet that you made or the amazing rock or the grill stone or whatever it is, the mix and shop. I don't care what it is. But be conscientious. Don't just post stuff to post. Be very intentional about what you post. Watch your language. Keep it politically free. And portray the best positive self you can because you're representing you as your own brand, right? But you're representing the Pampered Chef ultimately as well. So how are you looking to someone looking at you looking in, and how are you looking to the company? Okay, you really want to portray the best of you because nobody wants to have a relationship or build a business or have someone in their house that's sloppy and like messy and just like, you know, very opinionated and just the language on Facebook. You could tell, you know, you could tell. So people are like, you always keep it positive. I've got stuff going on all the time. Oh, you're so organized. No, I'm not. Ask Amanda. She slept at my house last night. She knows, okay? But you don't see that part. You do not see that part on Facebook. You don't. You don't need to see that part on Facebook because it's not the part of me that I want to show, that I want to, you know, to really just advertise. So watch the language. Do all that. Yep. Okay. So let's see. All right. Now, back to the show. Throughout the show, have fun. Okay? Seriously, have fun. Fun does not mean being perfect. I drop shit, break shit, burn stuff, whatever. And you know what? It's okay. People relate better to you. And I say to them, doesn't this ever happen to everybody? And everyone's like, oh yeah, don't worry about it. They don't care. They help you clean up. They help you mop up. The show goes on as long as you don't take yourself too seriously. I still get bookings if I break stuff, if I dent stuff, it doesn't matter, guys. if you think you're waiting to do a cooking show because you're waiting to be perfect, it's never going to happen. Never, ever, ever going to happen. In fact, every single show is going to be completely different. The people are going to be different. The setup is going to be different. The layout's going to be different. Dogs are going to be going through your legs. You cannot sometimes even plan for a perfect show.
In your case, bite you.
Yes, exactly. We're not even going to go there, okay? So you have no idea, but you got to just know you got to just go with the flow. And then you have everybody's attention. And then all of a sudden, most of the people go off and do their own thing, okay? And who gets annoyed with that? The other day I had a whole table that were not paying attention to me, but I had like 4 people that were paying attention to me, okay? I did the show for them. Never once did I look annoyed at that table over there. But when I was done, I went over, I put my hands on the shoulders, like, you guys are having a great time. I just want to let you know now is the time when you need to, we're in the middle of, placing orders. Make sure you go through the book. Here's the special. I just like get in there and I'm like, okay, guys, I make sure no matter what that everybody needs to see me before they leave because I too am on direct ship now. And so I just make the excuse that I just need to make sure that what you put into your phone is correct, that if your address is 38, you didn't by accident type in 36 because what if your order goes to the creepy neighbor next door and he doesn't give it back to you, right? So you want to just like make a joke like, you need to see me for like 2 seconds because when I see them, okay, so I don't care if you weren't listening to me throughout the show. They're coming, they're circling around and coming back to me. That's where you really want to thank them. You have to thank them for coming, thank them for their order. Ask them if they had a good time, and if they contributed at all to the success of your show, if they helped you with the recipe. I mean, it literally could be quick, like, hey, Rita, thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate the help with distributing the dessert tonight. Did you have a great time? Oh, I had a great time. I'm like, well, when are we going to continue this fun at your party? And you know what? That's it. Yeah, I got a booking just from that because she's like, yeah, I did have a good time. Yeah, I think I could do it maybe in May. I'm like, okay, get out your book right now. I give the host packet right then and there. I book all my parties at my parties. That's where I do. Because I go in there with the expectation that I'm getting no less than 2 bookings at those parties, okay? And to me, and those are cooking parties. All catalog shows, that's the cherry on top, okay? That's the cherry on top. I bring enough material to give out host packets and catalog packets right at the show, so I don't have to pay the almost $7 for priority mail shipping. Because if someone accepts that from me, they're having that party. And then I always take that picture with the new host. And I make a big deal. And I say the fact that everybody in the room is now invited to Rita's party, and everyone's like, woo, 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 and it just continues the party, like they're already expecting the next party. So you just keep it really, really, really fun. So, and then right then and there, I quickly touch upon the stuff that's in that packet. I always make sure that I also put in there like the Kit credit coupon, and I'll say, listen, we're going to talk a little bit more about this, but there's also a Kit credit coupon in there because you know how I talked to all about the business? You can start your business for less, but we'll get into that, but just take a look at that. So you've already planted the seed because you have to ask your host, how many times, Claudia? At least 5? Amanda? So that could be like number 1. And it's just, again, a conversation. Make sure the new host then has you in her phone. Make sure she friends you on Facebook because it's just a continuation and a new friendship that you're starting. So bottom line, get to know your hosts and your customers as people, not as dollar signs. Find something to compliment them on. Try to get to know their names. Use name tags. Become part of the party. Have fun. Don't be perfect. And truly, you will have relationships that will last and continue over and over again. Your business will become a cornucopia of repeat business. So truly, guys, my cup runneth over with the Pampered Chef friends and customers that I have in my life, and I am very blessed. Thank you.